Hi, everybody. This is Jackie Calixte from CTA Digital Marketing. And today we're talking about blog marketing or social share, if you'd like to call it that. Um, I have been doing this for a while. So engineering is my passion. That's what I did. That was my background. And then I started my own digital marketing a few years back. We specialize in artificial intelligence website, SEO, business apps, and social media. There's my information if you ever need to reach out to me. I'd love helping people out. We're going to talk about blog marketing, and we're going to talk about fundamentals of blog marketing as it pertains to funnels. So this is something we've covered in our past presentations, and it's something I have to keep talking about because there is a strategy when you're doing blogs, content, YouTube, Instagram. I mean, all of it, there's definitely a marketing strategy behind it. So it's really blog marketing is content marketing, right? It's the intersection of advertising and publishing. So you have content, which attracts people. And then because people are there, you got the eyeballs, you can advertise. Essentially, this is all it is, right? So like on this page right here, you can see we have our content. And then over here, we have the advertising on the side. This is the goal of content marketing, right? Great content equals audience, audience equals advertising, poor content, no audience, no advertising, no return on investments, right? So this is all about getting your return on investment. It's about revenue and cost at the end of the line, right? So it's always important to, every time you do content creation, you have to think of the tunnel or the funnel. The funnel is the top is awareness, the middle evaluation, and conversion is at the bottom. So it doesn't seem, this is like something we should be thinking about, but we have to think about it all the time because a big part of marketing is what? You have to set goals and then you have to measure those goals and see if you're meeting them. So there is a process. So the top of the tunnel where it's awareness, what do you do when you're trying to get people? You do blogs, you do social media updates, you do infographics, you do photographs. This is the top of the funnel. This goal is to increase offers, grow targeting lists, increase engagement, or grow your website traffic, right? That's your goal. And then you also measure that top of the funnel. And the same thing with middle of the funnel. So once you've done all the top parts, the blogging, the social media updates, what are you doing in the middle to get your customers, right? Educational resources, useful resource, software downloads, discounts, coupon, surveys. So the goal here, email list growth, lead growth, retargeting list. And this is important because it's initial customer acquisition, right? And how do you measure that too? You also have to measure that. Now, the bottom of the tunnel is the demos, the free trials, the customer story, comparison specs, webinars, event. This event is bottom of the funnel example. So a mini class. It started out with a blog. It started out with a social media update, an infographic. When I give you the links to go to my training, that's middle of the funnel. So you go ahead, you download this, the resources that I'm going to give you. And in the process, I'm obtaining your information. So this is initial customer acquisition. And then at the bottom is the final offer, right? And then this way, you're also creating that confidence with your customer. So anytime you're doing this stuff at the top, we have to understand we're taking it so we can actually grow either our sales or leads. We can, get the average customer value journey, retention, and sell our products, right? So that is a journey. And always, any good marketing person will let you know that this is really important because you have to kind of understand what you're doing. And instead of just, doing it and then trying to figure out, oh, how come it's not working, right? So let's see. And this also is a great little worksheet because it takes you through the metrics, what all these metrics, and then it takes you to the content distribution that you could be using, the organic ones and the paid ones. We've gone through this, so I'm not going to go too much about it. I just want to kind of summarize it just to say that this is all part of a blog marketing. And then once you've done your actual blog, you can repurpose that content, because a big part of this, repurposing your content and share it on these different platforms. So different distribution channels. These are all different distribution channels. And it all starts with a blog on a web page, right? So we always have little breaks in between here after learning all that fun facts, just to kind of make sure we understood our content. Content marketing is an intersection of advertising and it's publishing. In content marketing formula, the absence of an audience is caused by definitely poor content. Media is anything that aggregates the attention of a definable advertising segment. And that's the same one. The goal of the top of the funnel is to move the prospect from the awareness, D, to evaluation. You're trying to get them aware and then you're trying to evaluate them. So these essential tools we need for blogs. 212 blog posts or social shares, headliners for content, promotional calendar, how to write blog, email, or social share, and blog content planner. So I'm going to exit out of here. And I put the link in the chat, and it's there still. But here you can obtain all that great stuff, right? And then when you go there, you can download. This is a 212 ideas. And then this is the worksheet, and then content planner, and then the headliners. So let me start first with, let's see. Let me start with the content planner right here, right? So before you start any kind of content planning, this worksheet's fantastic. It's from Digital Marketer. It kind of walks you through a strategic way to do your content. It's not one of those where everybody knows exactly what to do, but this kind of walks anybody who doesn't know anything about writing on how to do this and give them inspiration ideas, right? So the second one is a 212 blog ideas. These ones, we went through this before, and I'll briefly go over this and then deeper later on into the presentation. This is a fantastic, fantastic tool if you don't know how to come up with ideas, right? So it talks to you about blog post ideas. All this could be repurposed to be infographics for social media. It could be repurposed as videos. It could be repurposed as audio for podcast. So the big thing is you start with your blog and you can repurpose all this content to different distribution channels, right? A really easy one, and I'll walk you through how to do this one, the list post. List posts are everywhere and for good reason. Just creating a list of books, tools, resources, anything that you market will be useful, right? The 10 best examples to get rid of belly fat, right? Top 10 exercises to do while working at your desk. People love list posts because it's easy, it's straightforward. And then of course a how-to post. This is mostly YouTube. You know, there's tons of how-to. You need to learn anything, how to YouTube this, and you'll find it. This case study, problem solving, the list. Checklist post, ultimate guide. This is also really popular. And then you can be human. You can do inspirational post, holiday post, popular right now. Behind the scenes, rant post. You can be generous, right? profile post. You can talk about somebody, you admire in any kind of business. Interview posts, we'll briefly talk about this. This is really good because you can, reach out and you can invite anybody, influencers, you can invite people that regular business owners, just to share knowledge. I use this a lot for my website, and I enjoy doing it too, just interviewing different posts and learning about different business owners. You can be promotional. You can do like a presentation post. You can be controversial, right? Controversial, you have to be careful. You can do a tag post, reaction post. Reaction post is usually an easier one. It's just a personal thing you're reacting to. And of course, you can be entertaining, right? And you can be timely, like a trend post, news post. So this tool is awesome in giving you ideas. And then we go back to our work planners, right? If you go here and you filter, you can actually use this to figure out which one you want to use, right? And you can define which one you want to use. You can use the vehicle is, do you want it to be text, video, audio, image? And in this case, we're going to have what? We're going to have text because we're talking about blogs, right? But in that case, you can still, even though you're doing text, you can always recycle it for everything else. Let me choose here. I think I want to do list. I want to do list, right? I like the list one because I just find it so easy to list top items. And then you can choose it to be text. My filter's not working right. Let's just put everything back. But you get the gist of this worksheet, right? So for me, I like working out, so I can talk about cardio, weight training, weight loss. But what offers am I giving? I have to make sure I'm including something of value to whoever's visiting my blog. So you can give them a body mass calculator, marathon runners checklist. You could put checklists too. People love checklists. So these are just ideas on how to do it. And then the next item that we talked about on a previous session was headliners, right? These headliners are nice, easy ways of getting and grabbing someone's attention. So when writing a blog, you have to have quick little headliners where people are going to pay attention, and you can, draw them down that funnel. You can have like social proof headlines, you can have threat headlines, you can have gain headlines, right? Little known ways to, I don't know, exercise while you're working, how to turn $10 into $1 million. Like when you look at these headlines, if I was to say how to turn a dollar into $1 million, someone's like, oh, how did you do that? So these are gain headlines. You're trying to get someone's attention when you're writing a blog. So once you have them, then they can, keep them going down your funnel. So all these are tools to assist in this process, because it's not so easy and so straightforward just to say, oh, write a blog. How do I write a blog? What do I write about? And how do I make it engaging? This is a strategy on doing all of that stuff, right? Now, you can write, or you can actually set up a calendar to also help with your blog writing. When I work with customers, I usually now's the perfect time to do a market strategy for the next year. So let's say we're starting a market strategy for 2022. You can look at the calendar, you can get inspirational ideas just from the months, right? So we have January, carnival season, MLK Day, New Year's Day. You can write content based on those 4 things just right there for that month. winter, and this is during winter too. So you can look winter, January, carnival season, MLK Day, New Year's Day. That's all content right there. Next, February. It's still winter, there's a topic. It's February, there's a topic. Black History Month, there's a topic. President's Day, Valentine's Day, Groundhog Day. If you don't have any ideas, this can help you get ideas on what to write. And more importantly, what kind of promos you can actually promote for, if it's a nonprofit, if it's a business, that will engage your users, your audience based on those things. And when you do it, you try to do it for the entire year. And of course, it's going to change. It always changes, right? But at least you have a base to work on. So this is also on one of the downloads to help assist with generating ideas. It walks you through, what you want to do. You want to elicit action. You want to get your subscribers to do something. Either they want to buy, raise a hand, come into the store, call you. This is a whole reason why you're doing what you're doing. Walks you through step by step. And it's really nice because it's very detailed. The service, the price, how's the transactions going to occur? Are you going to be sending email, right? You can go through it very, very detailed for every single month. And this breaks it down from January to December. And that way you're creating a marketing strategy, you're creating goals to see if you're actually meeting those goals by month. Like, we're doing marketing, but at the same time, it gives us a way to measure, right? And this is really nice too. It breaks it down the first 30 days, what to do, right? 4 types of promotions. When you're running them monthly, you try to activate the first part of it, monetize, and then after you monetize, you try to segment, and then the wild card. We walk through these when we're doing content creation marketing, right? What that all means, right? The first one is activation. You're trying to get people to look at your product. Monetization, this is where you're trying to see if, you actually get people to buy, actually get people to subscribe. And then segmentation is you got the clients, and then you segment them even more to try and personalize the journey with a wild card. And you could do 90-day, right? So for us, it would look like something like this. And I would suggest this to kind of like start your marketing journey on trying to understand what works for your organization. And this is for blogging, this is for email, this is for social, this is for your website. All that stuff can be repurposed for different types of vehicles. So now that we went through all of that, lots of information there, right? We talked about all these different things. We're going to talk about writing that blog, right? I hope you had a chance to go and download those links on the website. Let me start sharing this again. That's where all the material that we just touched on is. It's on the website. And those are all the links for the things that we're going to talk about and do. Now, writing the blog, the newsletter, the news share, the social share. I try to give step by step because I work well with step by step. I'm an engineer, so I like everything kind of outlined because I find it easier if I'm following a process. It's easier not to make a mistake, or if I do make a mistake, I can kind of go back and figure out why I made it, right? So eventually, once you're comfortable with it, you can do whatever you want, but this is just a general guideline on what to do. You write the subject line, you write an intro, a body, CTA, that's a call to action, right? Sign up, subscribe, buy, join us. Let your audience know what you want them to do with the information. Write a headliner, insert an image. Even though I said it's optional, people really react positively to images, and the ad is optional, right? Utilize power words, emotion words, uncommon words to grab your audience. So Let's focus on intros, right? We want them punchy, curiosity-driven sentences to open a post. It should be short, less is more. Notice that it's really not possible to stop reading after the first sentence. So here it goes. You know, everyone thinking we're fools, right? You immediately wonder, why are we fools? Am I a fool? Right? So you want your intros to be punchy and curious. Put in open loops. And these are things that writers do. So do you ever wonder why all your favorite dramatic TV shows go to commercial just when it's getting good? Why do they leave you hanging? What's with the cliffhangers at the end of each episode and season? That is called an open loop. And learning how to do that to write is key, right? So here, Ryan Dice, he's the owner of Digital Marketer. He goes, how we grew a blog from 0 to 6 million. Wow. So how do they do it, right? Now you're wondering, how can I do that? How am I going to be able to come up with those kind of catchy headlines? The Gain headliner is great for ideas like that, right? So this is this particular, and this is a Gain headliner, where desired result is and how to get it. Discover desired result secret, right? Blank your way to a desired you. To people that want to be successful but can't get started. To people that want to open their businesses but can't get started, right? To people that want to know digital marketing but can't get started. You immediately like, oh, how? So it catches the audience's attention. Stop procrastinating, right? You too can dash and period with blank. So these are all such good little headliners to put as an intro to get your audience to look at the article, right? So this is what the open loop is when you're writing. Let's go back to presenting. I'm going to be going back and forth. So hide Easter eggs. I don't know if you guys have heard about Easter eggs, but it's like, how is it possible for a full-grown adult to sit through countless viewings of the same Disney film designed to entertain a 3-year-old without losing his mind? Simple. Disney uses what's called Easter eggs. The jokes are not for 8-year-olds. I'm sure you guys have seen cartoons nowadays and you're like, did the kids get it? The kids didn't get it, but the adults got it, right? So here in Shrek, so that must be Lord Farquaad's castle. Do you think maybe he's compensating? This is not something an 8-year-old would get, but an adult would. An adult's going to watch the movie. So an Easter egg is incorporate something into your writing that's endearing to your audience. If it's Trekkies, if it's hip hop lovers, sports fans, you put little nuggets in there that only they can understand, and this keeps them going, and this endears them to your writing. A lot of these are just ways that writers write that we don't know about, right? Like I didn't know this stuff till, because I'm not a writer, I'm a digital marketer, but then I started learning that how you write influences how you keep someone's attention. So take measures to create content that's easy to digest. You don't want it to be intimidating, daunting, frightening to the reader. Like all of this is daunting. Even me just reading it, it's daunting. So see what I'm doing here? Big difference, right? It looks much easier to read and use bullets, numbers, block quotes, subheadings, images, bolds, break up the text. It makes it easier to understand and easier to read, and you don't chase away the reader, right? Now, write better headlines, right? Even just looking at this, I'm like, well, why didn't I break this up? So here's 3 different headlines: chocolate for breakfast, benefits of meditation, win the war against childhood obesity. But look what happens when I add a question mark. Chocolate for breakfast instead of benefits. Oh, 7 benefits of meditation. And then I just put in how to win the war. Makes a whole difference in keeping someone's attention. And let's not lose focus on closes. Those are also very important. If you don't know, if you're stuck, just reword your intro and then wrap it up that way. So that's a little bit on how to write, right? So that's a big component of a blog, how to write it. There is actually a strategic way on how to write the actual blog. So our question here is, in blog marketing, some essential tools are needed are all the above are great little tools to use, right? And those are all the ones that you find on the website. Hopefully you had a chance to see it. The 212 blog posts, headliners, promotional calendar, and those step-by-step process on how to write it, the content planner we went through. So all of the above. Simple ways to write a better blog. Which one does not belong? So we said focus on the intros belong, open loops, hide Xmas presents. No, that doesn't belong. Everything else belongs. In blog writing, you should utilize power words, emotion words, and uncommon wording. True or false? It is true. Okay, so now after talking about all those tools, all those things, it's like, Jackie, can you just break it down to some simple things, please? Yes, I like these eight ones to create really good content and easy for everybody to do. Yes, easy. So embed reactor. So what does embed reactor means? You find a popular video from an expert, embed and react, right? So let's talk about what that is. So I'm gonna go to YouTube. I already put this in, DY lipstick, right? And if you go to YouTube, you do filters, you can actually filter by hour, today, week, month. You can filter by playlist, movies, videos, duration. I wanna take popular, view count, right? I want those videos. So here's one, 131 million, 80 million, but you can see these are also playlists, right? And I can choose any of these ones. Let's see, I think I like this one. Lip balm auto candy, that sounds nice. 3 DIY makeup projects, let's look at that. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna skip that ad. So now what do I mean by embed and react, right? So this is a popular video, it's 60 million. If I go to share and I do embed, it comes up with the code right here. I go copy this, and then I can go back to my website. I can go back to my blog. I can take that particular code and I can put it in my blog, right? Now, let me go back to, and then I can react to it. So I can say, I love this video because the lipstick is delicious and it's bright, and I can actually make it organic and natural and not have to worry about harmful chemicals, right? Now, what's gonna happen is this is gonna drive traffic to what? Your blog, to what? Your site, right? Obviously, I would not be using DY lipstick because it does not really relate to digital marketing. So if I was doing something, I'll try and get it towards digital marketing and then embed the video there. So the audience that I want will be people interested in digital marketing and interested in my product. So they're there watching a video on digital marketing, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, this website, she does digital marketing, let me ask her. So if you're somebody who had maybe organic lipsticks, then you would take this video, guide the traffic to your website, and all you do is react to it, right? And you can do that because content from YouTube does not actually belong to anybody but YouTube, because once you upload it, it's not your content. You agreed for it to be YouTube's content. So you can react to it and give credit to the person on your website, and you're reacting and you're driving traffic to also your website. So that's a great way to do that one. And let's go on to the next one. The startup roundup. People love stats, right? So you compile a list of stats and you link it to the source and you put that to your website. That's another easy one to do. It's going backwards. The interview. So this is another one I was talking about. You'll be surprised at who will give you an interview. This guy here, David Rahman, is actually an international speaker, and he's a mind coach, amazing guy. I didn't know who he was, reached out on Facebook, and he agreed to do an interview with me. He's written books, but he was willing to share his advice to small business owners on how your mind is actually something that plays a big role in having a small business. Loretta is a lady who has a huge following on Facebook, and she's about positive entrepreneurship. Same thing with Loretta. So, but how do I get these people? Who are these people? And how do I, even figure out how to contact these people? The same thing we did for our YouTube video, we do the same thing. So let's say I'm looking for minority business owner blog. And then these different things show up, right? And I go up here. And this is a forum. And these are all different people on the forum. I can reach out to Daniela. I can reach out to Kamar Destin. I could reach out to any of these people. And this is just on this particular website. But here I see minoritybusiness.gov, right? Let me look at this one. I like technology, so let's look at this one. And it's like, it's just looking for different information, different links. And I go here, and I'm looking for the writers, the people who are involved in any of this. I can reach out to these people. I mean, you'll be surprised. Someone is gonna agree, and I can use that person for an interview, and I could take that and put that on my blog, right? So YouTube, Google, all really great resources. Let's see next. I think we did that one already. What is it? Keep going backwards. Let me keep track of my time. The quote post. So quotes, nice and easy. You can get tons of quotes online. Like on Twitter, this particular person, it's all just quotes. Set smart goals and hold yourself accountable. John Barrows. Relationships do still matter, and trust is everything. Be quiet, be prepared, be on time. Like, quotes are a perfect way. You compile all of those, you put that on your blog. You put that on your Facebook, you put that on your Twitter. Same thing right here. Crowdsource. This is a nice one too. Take 3 experts, the same question, and put it together. How 10 winning salespeople spend 15 minutes before a sales call. Fantastic. You don't even have to actually interview them. They can send you a picture, you send them an email, they answer it. Ta-da! There you go. 3 different people, 3 different content, you put that up on your blog, you put that up on your Facebook page. You also can do that on, LinkedIn, all the different distribution channel. The YouTube cut up. This is basically the same thing that we're talking about. Find top performing YouTube videos with millions of views. Those viewers, when they're clicking on it, will get redirected, and some might actually reach out to you. You never know, right? The roundup list post. This is just really, really, really similar to Pinterest, right? People love like 36 cool DIYs for teens. Everything nicely put together. And you can use what? You can use Canva. So you can make a list for just about anything. If you're stuck, here's some inspiration: 101 ways to, 19 tips for making a, 37 pieces of bad advice, 45 things you must. These are all lists. But then you're like, Jackie, how do I come up with all those lists and make it pretty, right? Because you just don't want to write something. How do I make it pretty? Remember Canva? Yes, you have to use Canva. Canva has every single infographic that you could imagine. Look at this. You write in checklist in Canva, and it comes up with all these beautiful templates. So let's say we want to use this one, right? Let me customize this template to what I need, right? Let's see how long is this going to take me to do. And let me go back to the blog. So let's say 9 videos that won't, 11 easy hacks. Okay, so let's do that one. So 11 easy hacks for putting on lipstick. Since we're talking about lipstick before, right? Okay, delete that. And then here you go to photos, and let's put lipstick, right? Just drag it over there. Nope, that didn't work. We just basically replace all these. You can delete them if you want to. Let's say you can just delete that, right? And then here, let's just say we want to change that to maybe a pink, right? Kind of match the theme. And here, 11 easy hacks for putting on lipstick. Clean with a towel, etc., etc. You get the point, right? But now you can do that, download it, and then upload it to your social media. And that was pretty straightforward, right? So you can make any kind of that list, how it pertains to your industry. And you can put, you can find them on YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, Google, anything with top authority. And BuzzSumo is another tool that I wanted to talk about that's really great for finding popular content. Let's see, content marketing. I'm saying content marketing because we're talking about content marketing. And let's see what's popular. So here are the popular. Google offers definition of quality content, best of SEO, content marketing. Okay. We could do DIY lipstick. Look at this one, right? This is the most popular right now, September 22nd, how to make a DIY ice roller out of lipstick, DIY hairstyle. You can take a look at this content. If you like it, you can use that and link to your own content, right? And the beauty is, if this is what what your thing is, you're taking the audience and redirecting them to your website. And that's what we're trying to do. So that other one is called BuzzSumo, and it's about viral content, viral influencers, and this is monitoring alerts. So how do you know what's viral, what's trending, what are the keywords, what are the topics? BuzzSumo is a great place to start. It is free up to a certain point, and they obviously have packages where you pay depending how much you use it. So now let's go back. So now that you have all of that, you can write, right? You do get to write a little bit. So you can do your intro. You can talk about little things here. You can have your body. You can have a short description of the content for each item. You can link it. This could be a video. It could be an infographic. You also, mention, credit the source and also put the link. Now, that's great. We've gone through all of that and you're like, oh, this is too much work. Can't do this. I don't have the time, right? You can poach writers from other blogs. You can Google for blogs and see who those writers are. You can find them on Twitter. You can write a page for us, write a page for us on your blog and ask people to write for you. I personally think this is more effective, but there also are sites you can go to. You can go to Upwork, Fiverr. The only thing is sometimes it's hard with those sites because they're not vetted, right? They can say they wrote, but you don't know if they wrote. You don't know if you like their style. But if you're Googling for these people, there you can see their style, you can sample it, you can see if it's exactly what you want it to be, right? You can take all that content that we just talked about, use all these tools, right, to distribute it. And those are the links again. And this is just talking about defining your objective, positioning yourself as an expert. So which of the following should be used to provide inspiration when writing blog headlines? All of these ones should be used except for the silo document. Which of the following is a column in the editorial editor? Location. Which of the following is not a method of making content more consumable? All of these are except, no, all of these are except for hiding a call to action. So the biggest mistakes people make, they don't retarget the audience, meaning that the audience you have just keep sending the same material to them. They don't repurpose their content. They don't repurpose their blog, and also using metrics and just guessing. So always, it's good to use metrics and a process because it's easier to track it, right? And figure out what's working and what's not working. If you're putting all the time and effort, it's definitely good to know what's going on. So definitely have, goal setting, try to avoid those mistakes and utilize some of the tools that we talked about. And if you have any question, that was a lot of talking, so we might have like a minute or two if you have any questions that you wanted me to answer. Thanks for your patience. And here's my info, of course. Let me look in the chat and see if anybody's got any questions for me. And I'll definitely send all this material, including the presentation, to Madeline, and then she can send it out to everybody too. All right. Guess we don't have any questions. No one fell asleep? Did I bore everybody?
This was so great, Jackie. Thank you.
Oh, I hope you found it useful. I love it. I find it, like there's tricks to make everything easier, right? Because initially when you look at it, it's like, oh my God, this is overwhelming. But there's always a trick on how to do it to make it a little bit easier for the beginner.
It was very helpful. Thank you.
And it is a lot of information. I get that. So if you ever have any questions, definitely reach out, and I'll help the best I can. Okay. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next presentation. It's about SEO, search engine optimization. It's a tough one to explain because it's very technical, but it's also really useful to kind of understand how search works. So that's going to be in the new year. I think it's going to be January 6th. So I hope you guys can join us. And this is how people find you online. Like you're wondering, like, how do people find me? I'll give you a little clue right now, which is really cool since we're here. So let's say this is a website I did for a customer, Terasi Law. So we were talking about her SEO. She can be found on 1,300 results. We did that in just putting in site.terasi.com. This is everywhere she is on the web. So I was telling her to try and correct some information because her SEO had her linked to all these weird places, or some of the places she is linked to, the information is correct. And she's like, well, Jackie, how am I supposed to do that? And this is it, site.terasi.com. Comes up with all these results, and then she can try and change information in different places as much as possible, just to increase her visibility and also make sure people have the right information. And that's very useful, right? So make sure
Can you put that in the chat box? I didn't make out what you said, site dot.
So if you're looking at any site, and then whatever the site is. Is there a particular site you want me to put in? I could do it for you if you want.
No, I just.
So like me, I'll put in site.cta digital marketing. And this is where I'm at. I'm at 2,600 results. I'm linked to all these different places. Some places, I don't even know how I got there. It's just people looked at the information and then they liked it. Like Up City, don't know how that got there. I'm even an Investopedia. So like in different places that you could show up. Here's another one. BuzzFile. I think BuzzFile probably got my information from maybe a government site. But yeah, so if you put site dot in Google, it'll tell you everywhere you're visible on the web. Just a little trick. So, but I digress. I will put that in the chat for you. So whatever the website is.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, BuzzSumo is a fantastic place. It's all viral content, but it's not free. Like it's free for a little bit, but after a while, they're gonna ask you to do a trial, and then I can't remember what it starts at, what the base prices are. But if you're using it a lot, it will tell you what the base prices are. But this is a great place. Like you can connect with the influencers. You take whatever it is that they're posting, and if you're blogging, connect them, their content. Of course, always, credit them. Talk about what they're doing, if you're admiring it, if you're disagreeing or agreeing, whatever, and then incorporate that into your website and into some of your traffic. And that's how people, end up coming to your site. You can discover new ideas. I haven't tried that one, but yeah. Awesome stuff. Well, I don't want to keep everybody too long because I could keep going on and on and on. Um, if you do have questions, I'll stick around for a little bit. If not, you guys have a great holiday. And I guess we'll see you in January. I see you have your Christmas decorations up, Sharon. Very nice.
I'm
Very
all
nice.
about the holiday.
Oh, it's very nice. Oh, I'm excited too. Very excited. A time to just kind of wind down and take a break. Awesome stuff. Okay, well, I will be leaving you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy holidays. Talk to you soon.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wait a minute. Somebody asked me something. Let me see. Since this is our last session, do we receive a certificate of completion a little later? I still have the SEO one. That's a good question. I don't know. It's in January. January 6th will be the last one. It was supposed to be the last one, but I had to cancel last week, unfortunately. So yes, the certificate of completion will be later. It will be after the last one, which is January 6th. Thanks, Jayla. Thanks for asking. All right. Thanks, ladies. Have a great holiday. Take care. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.